Welcome to BDO Radio, recorded in front of a live streaming audience. It's your weekly talk show about Black Dessert Online. And don't forget, you can join the conversation by sending tweets to @BDO Radio. Leave voicemails at speakpipe.com/BDO Radio. Or email us at bdoradio@gmail.com. And now, for your host, the Wizard of the West Coast, it's Brent Copeland.
Howdy, folks. It's BDO Radio, recorded on March 26th, 2016. I'm Brent Copeland, and we got a lot to talk about this week. What I've been into, a ton of news, some events, some contests, some drama as usual. And, well, let's go ahead and get into this.
Weekly Adventures.
So this week, let's see, I got to like 43. I did not concentrate on like leveling this week. I did go hit some chimeras for a little bit to get some Easter eggs, but we'll definitely talk about the Easter event in just a little bit. I also went and fought a world boss. They were calling him about, what's his name? Beg, B-H-E-G, I think, something Beg. And it's near Glish. And so people were hollering about it, so I was like, I want to go see. Of course, I can't really do much to the guy because I'm only like 47 AP or something like that at level 43. So I ended up dying like 5 times. But I was there to watch most of the fight. Ended up taking about 30 minutes, and it was just tons of people. I mean, just gobs of people ran up and started attacking this dude and dying. And luckily the node was like right next door, so you could just get right back into the fight. And I was trying to stay kind of back a little bit so I wouldn't keep dying all the time and lose the experience. Because if you don't realize it, you know, when you die, you lose XP, unlike most MMOs. So I ended up losing like 5 or 6%. Not a huge deal. You can take care of that in just a couple minutes. So it was definitely worth seeing. If there's a boss thing going on, go take part, look at it, see what happens. I didn't really get anything for my efforts besides just seeing the event itself, but it was a lot of fun. I also wanted to give out a huge thanks to all the listeners. We broke over 1,000 plays on SoundCloud, and then add in like the podcast and the YouTube and everything. I just want to say thank y'all very much for tuning into the show. It really, really helps making a show when you think people are listening, and it seems like y'all are. So thanks a ton. And with that, I will say I did get into a lot more, and these weren't really adventures, though in this game it kind of is. I got more into the crafting. I'd stayed out of crafting. Level 43, decided to go back and check out crafting. So I went back to Philia and just pounded the quests and just hit them all. And now I have like no bank space, and I'm trying to figure out like what to do with the bank space. Almost no contribution points. I mean, I have like 90 something contribution points, but they're all spent on houses and storage and nodes. So I guess I'm gonna have to go and kind of manage my nodes a little better. I saw a guide somewhere about how to get all the nodes for like 50 something, or at least a majority. Maybe it was all, I don't know. Cover basically most of the area for like 50 something contribution points. So I might take a look at that and then talk about it if it works or if that's a good thing. So anyway, let's move on.
Time for news and discussion on BDO Radio.
I feel like doing jazz hands after that bumper. Oh, and I did have a couple of people ask me about the intro bumper. Yes, he does say dessert. So I get the VOs done on a website called Fiverr. And you just spend $5 and they'll do like, hundreds of words for you and record it. And then I take it and I go back and I find some music that I like to fit with the show or with the segment or whatever. And that's how I create the bumpers. And most of the time on Fiverr, they do exactly what you give them. They give you just the bare minimum, right? But this dude recorded everything 3 times, 3 different ways, And then he was like, let me do some extras. And then he just kind of off the cuff just said a bunch of other stuff. So when I got it and it said dessert in it, I was like, I felt bad because he said, if something's wrong, just let me know. But I felt like he did so much for $5 that to go, can you fix this one word? Unfortunately, it's like a really important word. So what I think I'm going to do is just go get some more bumpers made and have them say dessert and desert, like spell it both ways just to make sure, right? And then cut it in. We'll get it taken care of that way. So until then, you have to live with the dessert of the MMOs, which is the black dessert, which is like a Black Forest cake or something. Yummy goodness. But I digress. News and discussion, which I should break out this week because holy crap, there is a ton of news. Let's start off with, excuse me. So we were going to talk some more about the ghillie suit. I don't know if they've basically come back and said, hey, there's not really much they're going to change because they feel like with the flares and stuff, it doesn't really add that much benefit and that sort of stuff. So I'd still like to hear from the player base, though, if you're listening to the show, what you think about the ghillie suit. So that's where you are right now in the ghillie suit. It's where it is. Like it, hate it, let me know. Anyway, so the biggest thing this week, though, I think is the Easter event. And I asked some people in the chat before the show how it was going. And I got to say the responses weren't too positive. Matter of fact, it was pretty negative. So let me know what you think as well. You know how to contact us. If you don't, you'll hear sometime. You can tweet us or email us and stuff. But let us know what you think about the Easter event. Let us know what you think they can change, because that's great for the Sandbox Playtime segment. You can let us know how they can actually make the Easter event better. But if you weren't aware of the Easter event, so this is what it basically entails. And all this is on their forums, too, so you can go check it out there. But you can earn 5 different types of Easter eggs. The hunting, or by hunting monsters, gathering, fishing, exploring, and doing all that stuff. And it started on the 23rd, and it's going to end April 6th. So you have a little bit of time, it's basically like 2 weeks, to get these eggs, because you want to get a ton of them. Or maybe not a ton, but the quest I got, it was like 40 a piece. So, hunting monsters, you can get the life Easter egg. Gathering, you can get the Easter egg with star pattern. You can use your bare hands, lumbering axe, sap, gathering tools, hoe, all that stuff to get the gathering one. The fishing one, there's a low chance to get the raindrop Easter egg. And then exploring, you can get 4 types of Easter eggs, including the rainbow Easter egg. And they're hidden throughout the world. And when I say hidden, you'll see like this tag that says whatever Easter egg. And it's pretty blaring, especially at night, because it looks like a player's name tag or something. And you're like, what's over there? Hark, I see something in that brush. What did the Easter bunny leave? And it is an egg. So go pick them up. They can be turned in for a special Black Spirit Easter egg or for furniture items. And all the quests start in the main cities of Velia, Heidel, or Calpheon by talking to the priests there. So that makes sense. It's like a religious holiday. And so you can go there, get those, and then once you get those, you can exchange your eggs for furniture one time per account. You may also exchange your eggs for as many times as you like for the Black Spirit Easter eggs. And I'm not sure what those do yet. They say eat them and they'll do something. And I'm sorry, I should have looked up and seen more what those do. Let's see. Also, all the die bundles are down from 120 to 60. Is that right? No, 80. Sorry. From 120 to 80 pearls. Okay, another change they added into the patch was that they require a level 20 for megaphones now, which that's pretty cool, right? Hopefully it'll cut down some of the gold sellers' spam, which sucks. We all hate it, so anything they can do to get rid of that without really screwing up everybody else. Because let's face it, we don't want to hear level 1 guilds, using the megaphone either, right? Level 1 players with their... Anyway, 20 is not that high to get to, but I hope they do just really start going in on the spam itself, though. And I know they do, because on another podcast I do, the MMO show, I have a friend who plays BDO, and they actually got banned because their account got compromised, and they got banned for like 146 years or something due to chat spam. So do know that they are doing stuff about the chat spam. Unfortunately, the gold farmers are just crappy. They're just going to keep finding ways around it. It's just like hackers and people who make malware and your virus scanners and stuff. There's always going to be a back and forth battle. Unfortunately, that's not the game that BDO is in. They're not in spam blocking. You know what I mean? They're in making a fun game. And that's just one aspect. Maybe that's an outside job that people could start, just like they hire to get their servers doing whatever. Maybe they can hire an expert into stopping spam, as all MMOs could do, and help out that way. Maybe. Okay. Also, the flare can now be registered on the marketplace. Not the market play. The market play is to buy and sell horses, I think. But you'll also be able to craft them soon. So good deal with that, especially as people are getting into the 45 level at a faster rate. The registration prices for flashbang, fire shot, and poison shot have been increased. And gold bars has been added to drop list from Field Boss reward packages. So get your silver, I guess they're gold. Get your gold bars from killing stuff. There's been some mechanic changes. They're now going to be working on the engine. No, that's a different mechanic. The pet mechanic has changed. I guess we all thought we were getting a new whole pet system, but really it's just a few things changed about it. But a pet exchange button was added, so now you can basically pay a lot more money for pets. Because from what I'm hearing, it's very random. Like you'll throw in 2 level 10 pets and lose them, and so then you'll have to buy more. And then some people are getting them on the first try. So it's a random thing. I don't know. It kind of sucks in a way. I almost think it should be not random. I almost think you should at least, get your bird back. At least one of them. Don't kill both the birds. Because that's a lot of money. I mean, that's what, 1,100 pearls or whatnot. So I don't know. I have 3 falcons. I love my falcons, and I would love to have like a falcon that was a different skin, but I'm so terrified that I'm just going to lose Hudson Hawk, or I guess they're hawks, right? They're not falcons, but I call one Jimmy Falcon, and then I had Falcor, and then Hudson Hawk when I found out that they were hawks and not falcons. Whatever. So maybe I'll take Jimmy and Falcor and try to merge them together. Get a new bird. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about the whole pet system. There's also a skill effect window, which was added to the pet list window, and it shows the total skill effect of all of your pets. And if your pets do not have any skills, the window will not appear. So you can check the total value of a pet skill from the pet info window. So when exchanging pets, the new pet can inherit one of its parent skills. That's a big change. And you can choose to inherit or not. If the number of inherited skills does not surpass the new pet's skills capacity, the skill slots will be filled with extra random skills. So I guess if you don't like the skill that would have been inherited and you want to just go for the random ones, then that's your choice. Also, a few changes in pet skills themselves. Any experience boost effect of the same type from a pet will be overlapped. If 3 summoned pets each have an effect of combat EXP plus 3%, the total bonus will be 9%. But from what I hear, good luck getting 3 pets with 3% combat experience. Good luck. But pets cannot have the same duplicate skills, so the pet won't be able to have combat experience twice. There's bonuses from summoned, or at least the bonuses from summoned pets are now cumulative, and pets will get a specific number of skills based on their tier. So tiers 1 and 2 will get 1 skill, tier 3, 2 skills, tier 4, 3 skills. You can also now take out and put back all of your pets at one time. There is a new function button added to your overlay pet thing. Wow, there's a lot of pet skills, but the pet categories and skills, pets are categorized into domestic, aves, the birds, wild, and monsters, and each pet has a high chance of learning main and common skills with an abysmal chance of learning different types of skills. The common category, you have combat experience increase, karma recovery increase. The domestics, which are like dogs and cats, have cooking, alchemy, processing, and farming EXP. The hawks are the birds, which are in the aves, the aviaries, AVES group, have fishing +1, or some fishing, hunting, training, trade experience modifications. The monsters, which are the snowman, gets gathering bonuses, and all the EXP skills gained from exchanging pets will increase by 3%. Experience from fishing has been adjusted based on the grade of what is caught. So the better your catch, the more EXP you will get. Yes, you get EXP for fishing, if you were not aware of that. I'm sure you probably are now if you fish a lot. Also, the command rescue, and we saw this video last week. We didn't talk about it, but there was a gent streaming and got caught. I actually made a video of, hey, this is how you get away from stuff. And you use the rescue button. So now they've moved it. It hasn't taken away. The /rescue command is disabled in lieu of a new button that's now in the escape menu. So if you're still stuck, you can still get rescued. It just won't be a / command and will take a bit longer. I don't know if you've noticed the chat issues where the messages would overlay each other. They're now fixed. That's all good. Tons of monster changes. I don't know how really into all those you want to get. Hey, there's Dastard Bag. That's the guy I fought and killed. Not single-handedly, but with, 80 billion people. So his attack rate was decreased. Bad for him, but he's upset about that. Also, reward packages from the field bosses increased from 20 each to 40 each. That's good. Field boss movement is now smoother, and it was pretty smooth. He was running around killing people pretty fast. Let's see what else. Quest changes. Recovery rate has increased for some of the gathering quests. It's always good. And then a bunch of interface changes, which I'm not going to get into. There is a known issue they want to let everybody know about. There's unnatural actions when using grabbing skills. It's been partially fixed, and they're working on it. So keep looking at that. Event this week, and this is kind of a contest, not event, in-game event. This is the outside game event, but paint an Easter egg. But you can only do it in MS Paint. So no Photoshop skills, folks. It's all about that MS Paint skills. And this starts on the 23rd and will end on April 6th as well. And you just need to use MS Paint to create an image of a black spirit egg. It's supposed to be fun and doable for everyone. For Mac and Linux users, use a tool like MS Paint. So all you Mac people get to use Photoshop, apparently. No, not really. So you just submit your picture to this post with this info, and so go to the forums to do that. And they give an example, and the reward is random die box. So you'll get 3 random die boxes. That's kind of cool. I mean, I love getting new dye because I try to dye stuff. I finally dyed my horse, not armor, but whatever that cloth thing is that goes over the horse. I dyed it red. Had some red dye. But I need a lot more. I need some black. I need some black dye. Black and red is what my colors are, so I want those. There's a, this is really good. A Q&A coming soon with Dom. So if you have questions and you want to get them answered, especially if they're good questions, then you can get them answered. And they did one before, which there's a video to, which you can search for a new PM diary to come soon and Q&A summary on the forums. But the Q&A I'm talking about did not get linked properly, so let me open that up real quick. Pardon my pause. But okay, here we go. So in the forums, Q&A with Dom Games, and this is in the news and announcements forums. It's the pinned topic, and basically you go into this topic, and they show you how to form the question. Very important to form your question this way. Question in brackets, and then your question. Upvoted and liked questions will have a higher chance to get into the final batch, but they want to answer 15 to 20 questions, and you have until March 29th to get that out. So just like a day after the show's released, and possibly it's gone now, depending on when you are listening to this, and a good reason for you to listen live, right? Or, download it every Monday as soon as possible. But hey, wow, that was a ton of news. We're going to bypass any discussion, really, because there's a lot of news. But send me in stuff to discuss next week. And speaking of sending in stuff,
mail call!
That's right. So if you're in Twitch, you can look below to see how I'll just tell you. If you want to leave mail, you can email bdoradio@gmail.com. You can tweet us at BDO Radio. You can also leave a voice message at speakpipe.com/BDO Radio, as well as join in on the Facebook page, which is Black Desert Online Radio, because some jackhole already stole BDO Radio. Anyway, a few mail-ins this week from from Reddit. Omnigaya says, "Hello, I have." We were talking about oil and lamps last week, and so this is about that. I have a lead on the mystery of the oil. So yes, you can use it to refill the lantern by only 3 hours. It isn't cost efficient, but there is an advantage of having them stackable and using it only when you need to. But I think it might have another use. There's an item called Large Wagon Lamp, which you can get via an achievement reward once you reach Skillful Trader. I couldn't see any other way of attaining this item. It doesn't seem to be craftable. I looked for it in wagon part workshops and wagon workshops, but it isn't there. My guess is that this lamp can be refilled using oil. Unfortunately, I cannot confirm my conjecture, but perhaps you or your friends can solve the mystery once and for all. By the way, great work with the podcast. I listen to it during my commutes. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And that's it's a great point. If there's more items in the game that require the oil, then there's definitely a reason for it, right? Better lamps, longer lasting lamps, or something like that. Stuff to throw the oil on. Like, it'd be nice to, okay, I have 100 oil stacked up that I can either throw in my lamp or throw on my arrows to light them or something, to light bonfires. Maybe there's some quests, things like that. So all of that would be cool. So thank you for those comments. Raz3 also wanted to comment on the lamp and says the lamp uses oil whether you have it equipped or not, including when you aren't online. It just lasts 3 days from when you buy it. So I'm not actually sure why you'd ever buy oil instead of just buying a new lantern. Very interesting. And the debate goes on, lamp or oil? You let us know what you want. Also, from SoundCloud, Eduardo Havanock says, keep on it. You're doing great. Thank you very much. Love to have more comments and content sent in, so feel free to send that to us. Thaddeus Hunt Sorensen says, they should put in more instruments other than just drums for us bards out there. That's a pretty good idea. I would love to have more instruments, as well as they do with the surroundings and the atmosphere. Like, I've heard some like flutes and stuff, and there's like the what do you call it? Festival, the clowns, the not carnival, maybe the carnies. They're like in like a music circle out at Euphoria, I think, right? At the point, or no, maybe that's just people. I don't know. I have to go look. I've seen two things where I think I've seen more instruments. I didn't even know you could get drums. I'm assuming that means for like players to play. That's really cool if you can. And having more instruments would be even cooler. So great idea. Thanks for sending in the mail. Really appreciate that. So yeah, let's move on.
Sandbox Playtime.
Sandbox Playtime. So, if you have an idea for the game in general, send that to us. All of the different ways, we'll take it any way you want it. That's the way we want it. That's a song somewhere. Anyway, just send it to us any of those ways, and we'll talk about it and discuss it here in Sandbox Playtime. I was thinking that kind of two things. One that's not Easter based is I love seeing the paintings, and I haven't bought one yet because they're like, or at least the expensive one. They're like $1 million, silver. So I just haven't bought one yet, but I want one to put up in my house. I think it would be cool if you could use dyes to paint. And you go in and do that, and it'd almost be like MS Paint, right? Real crappy. Maybe you could somehow do it, maybe do pixel art, but it would use the dyes, so there would be a reason for them to develop this, because they would actually make money off it. Then you could take your paintings and actually sell them to other people, right? And make millions of silver that way for the dyes and stuff. So I think that'd be cool. And to throw that as an Easter idea too, they could do eggs. Let us paint eggs. Paint our own eggs. Put them out. Maybe we could even take, like, that'd be kind of cool. Like, what if we could make eggs and then go hide them? And it would be like, Brent's egg, or, whoever's egg, so you would know, like, who put it there. And even if you could paint them, that'd make it better. But then you could do like an event with your guild where it was like an Easter egg hunt, or something. And it's not like, because right now there's, and we're going to give you a link to a guide in just a minute, but there's guides that show you pretty much where to go get the Easter eggs, and they respawn like every 10 minutes. I'd like to be able to do an event that says, okay, we're gonna hide these around, and maybe you could make it like guild only or something, like almost a self guild quest where the guild leaders go and hide the eggs all around a city, and then say, okay, go find them, something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Regent Lol had a comment in the chat that I thought was kind of funny about the paintings. People would be selling so many dick pics on the marketplace. That's actually probably pretty true. Hopefully they wouldn't sell though, right? There's only so many dick pics you can hang in your house before you're getting the wrong type. Well, I don't know. I guess, but anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. But you're right. Maybe there's something you could do to keep that from happening. I don't know. Maybe just make it against the rules, just like, I don't know, is cussing in chat? Is that against the rules? Like, I guess I would just add more stuff to support.
Hey, Brent, show us your teeth.
What? So, show us your teeth. This is where we talk about cool links and videos we saw during the week. And if you have any great resources that you think we should pass along to everybody else, just send it in to us. There's a few in here I liked, and I will just put these in the description of the show. But there's a 200% meteor shower video. I wonder if I can just show this live. Would that be wrong? I don't want to take too much time in all the stuff, but basically, he went off and killed a bunch of people with his 200% meteor. I thought it was funny. But I don't know. Should we listen in and see what he's waiting? He's waiting for everybody to get in there, right? This is like a 2-minute long video. I'll fast forward it. Because let's see, where does he go off? Right about there. So here he's going in, doing his meteor on all those people. And this is a good tip, right? When you need to get out, do your teleport and then use your spirit power and get the V out of there. But I thought that was funny. So that's we'll put that in the show notes. Also, if I'm linking to something that I'm talking about on the show, I'm going to try to make bit.ly links and try to make this easier so in the future. I know how hard it is when someone's talking about it, just like audio, like to remember what was that link. But if you can remember, bit.ly, which is just the bit.ly URL shortener / BDO Radio _ just remember that. And then the subject of the link is what we'll use. So there's one we talked about in the past that was a bunch of resources. And now we have a bit.ly link that's BDO Radio _ resources. Feel free to use that. As well as the Easter guide. There's an Easter guide, and it's a really cool guide. Shows you where to go look for a bunch of eggs, plus a bunch of information is Easter. So it's bit.ly / BDO Radio _ Easter. So head to that and check out all the Easter stuff before Easter is over, as well as we've got a sponsor for the show. I made a bit.ly link for it. Or you can go to the regular link, which is audibletrial.com / BDO Radio. You can get a free book there. And you just sign up. You get a month of the service for free on us. And then at the end of the month, if you don't like it, just cancel it before they charge you. I think you may be able to cancel like way before the end too, if you don't like it. I've had it forever. Love Audible. And we used to tell people about it on another podcast, and we never had any complaints. So go try it on us, audibletrial.com / BDO Radio. You can also try the bit.ly link, which is bit.ly BDO Radio _audible. So, and that helps us out and costs you nothing to help us out. So go try it out. Anyway, let's move on.
Things the Black Spirit might say.
That's interesting. So there's tips and tricks. So here's some tips and tricks. Some things I learned fishing this week for some people. Keep this in mind when you're fishing. That spending energy on fishing. So it's kind of confusing on what it does. And you might notice if you don't spend 10 or more energy, it doesn't actually use any energy. Well, that's because technically it doesn't do anything. If you use 1 to 9 energy fishing, it has no effect on your fishing whatsoever. After that, 10 or more, and it's supposedly in increments of 10, you will increase your chance of catching rare fish. There's a bunch of anecdotal evidence supporting this and not supporting this. So, believe what you want, but to me, it says something that when you use 9, nothing happens. It does not take that energy away. Why would that be? Well, because it doesn't do anything. How much and I'll be honest with you, I've caught different things both ways, but there was a day where I had 100 energy or so, and I did 10 casts that used 10 energy. And I would say, this is what I'm talking about, anecdotal evidence, right? 10 casts. You can't do anything scientific with only 10 things. But anyway, in those 10, I felt like I got better stuff than the rest of my cast after that, even throughout the night of autocast after it. And that was while I was there doing it and everything. So that's just the fishy facts. They're a little fishy still. Maybe we can get some absolute information from BDO on that sometime. We got this in from Kodamos, however you say it. I appreciate you sending it in. And they say, I don't know about a complete solution. And this is, okay, so people have been having issues with drawing and putting away their weapon. It's actually supposedly longer on some classes than others. And that may be intended. If you think about it, maybe someone who's always pulling out their weapon to fight, like a sword or something, may be faster, a roguish type, a ranger type, may be faster doing that sort of stuff than, say, an old wizard or witch, right? So, anyway, this is a tip based off that. Kutabo says, I found that moving forward and putting your staff away at the same time is much faster. The wizard looks like he just tosses it aside and goes poof. Also, to draw the staff faster, if you use teleport, so you'll reappear with your weapon. That sounds like a great... Can you use teleport when you're not in combat? Can't remember. Let's try that out and see. But great tip. If you've got a tip of your own, please send that in to us, and we can pass that along to everyone else. Just join the conversation. And we'll appreciate that. So let me go ahead and do this. I want to thank y'all all for tuning in and listening. Going to go ahead and end the show. But before I do, I got one last bumper to play. I just want to say thank you for the people who joined us live, though. I do appreciate it.
You've been listening to BDO Radio, a Large Marge media production. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share. It won't even cost you any energy or contribution points.
BDO Radio.